And it's probably something I wanted to do for a while, to work kind of in quality and improvement. And then obviously to get the qualification to go with that was something I've been looking to do, which kind of coincided with the change of teams at work, a new manager, and obviously the new manager had used PMI before. So his approach was that we were going to use PMI to the green belt. Was a great opportunity because he'd used you, and if we all kind of done the same training with the same provider, it'd kind of be like a form of standardization between us. And kind of that, all those things combined is kind of where it came from. And I suppose kind of thinking the problems we were having at work, obviously with COVID and everything, there was a lot changing. So there were a lot of new processes that were going to need to be written or revisited, whole process revisited. So it all kind of happened at the same time. So, and the course came up, so we kind of got booked on and went ahead. One thing that's really helped me to do is just have that kind of structured thinking approach. So when I'm kind of working with different people across the organization, try and keep the improvement cycle that was kind of introduced right at the forefront of my mind. And having done the training, it just allows me to just sit back from it and really kind of ask questions to make sure people really understand, well, what is the problem you're trying to solve? How is the process working at the minute? And et cetera, et cetera. So having that ability just to stand back and really think in that structured way really helps. I think most of the time it helps them as well, because I think traditionally, and this isn't just my organisation, a lot of organisations, there's a lot of plan and do. There's a lot of doers, and people do that a lot. And I think giving them the full picture, right, this is what we're going to try and do, this is what we know already, and build the improvement cycle. I think it helps them because it gives them a structure to work towards as well. And doing the PMI course, there's lots of kind of visuals and resources that were shared that we can kind of use as well. So it gives people that visual of, look, this is what we're trying to achieve. And it just, as I say, I think most of the time they've kind of adapted to it and taken it on board. I think there were loads, kind of, because it was quite intense, the 2 lots of 4 days. There were lots of times when it was, oh, that'd be really useful, or yeah, that's really simple. Why didn't I think of that? I kind of had to think about 2, and the reason I've come up with these 2 are 2 that we've taken back, and instantly we thought, as soon as we saw them, that'd be really useful. So one is being kind of the GIB model, kind of what we do, how we do it. That kind of happens a lot, but then the kind of people element and how we feel about it is something that we felt wasn't always considered. So the ability to have that visual to take back, it kind of gets people to see it. It's not just you telling them. And the other one was the systems map. So seeing kind of processes within a system. And we've done a bit of work with people before, but to have that, again, that visual from the training was brilliant, because I think it's easier for people to see the image and really understand it rather than just be told. So those 2 were the big kind of things that we've taken back. I think at this, I probably had the same concerns at the start. It was very much, well, how's it going to work? How are they going to do it? Like, is it going to be different? Is it going to from kind of face to face? How's it? There's kind of lots of questions you have, but I think kind of from what we found, everyone who's on the course has the same kind of concerns, and that's not a problem, because you actually kind of work together to overcome those. And the tutor we had, Dennis, was brilliant. Just kind of, he kind of took that on board and kind of could see and involved everybody, and all the software and technology and resource that we used kind of helped that. So you had the breakout room, so you actually got to spend a bit of time with different people. All the interactive tasks were brilliant as well, because the software allowed you to still do it, even you in different rooms. So I think by the end of it, although there were concerns, I didn't feel I actually missed out by doing it online rather than face-to-face. And I think it actually helped me grow in confidence kind of doing that, if that makes sense, kind of online, and develop skills that probably I hadn't kind of developed before. So it's the parts where we had to present to each other. So as well as the kind of the green belt training and the improvement stuff, there were the other skills that kind of actually kind of came out as well, which coincidentally since then we've used quite a lot with the way the world has gone. So yeah, so everyone's in the same boat, but just do it, throw yourself in, and I think you get as much out of it as you would do face to face. It was just a really positive experience. I don't know if we were just lucky because we had a really good group. I can't comment on that, but everyone was quite supportive of each other, and there were just lots of opportunity to kind of network. And you might not have had that face to face. I think sometimes when you're in a classroom, you kind of end up kind of sticking to the people you know, or the people who are kind of either side of you. Whereas with doing it online, it does take you out your comfort zone a little bit. And say with the breakout room, because it's just you and them through a screen, you've got to kind of make it work. But as I said, it's been really positive, and there's lots of stuff we've kind of taken back and kind of tried to implement kind of day to day. So yeah, I can only recommend it.